Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. Behind me is a golden old shop and it sells my favourite food. If you have watched previous seasons of Hermitcraft, I used to run around with golden carrots, and that's because it's pretty much the best food in the game in terms of saturation. Although in 1.14 we are going to get a new type of food, the mysterious stew. I got a feeling that's not actually its name. And that will have better saturation, but it won't stack. Anyway, I just ran out of food. I just prepared to go into the Nether, do some digging, gonna lay down some black concrete for the Nether hub, and ran out of food, the fish. I've been eating fish, and it's always running out, so I figured it's time for an experiment. Let's just start eating golden carrots again, and I'm sure it's not gonna run out as fast. So as requested by Mr. Cubfan, who I can actually see over there fighting a magma cube off in the distance, we're going to put in the diagonal ceilings, the very corners, the edges of the ceiling of the Nether hub. So this is the center of the ceiling of the Nether hub. We have done it going to each of the corners already. I'm going to go all the way to the end of the one of them and go diagonal all the way across like that. And then that helps other hermits figure out where they should be digging. Here's an interesting concept. I hold down forwards, it digs out the diagonal perfectly for me. Then I can turn around and I can hold down backwards and right click, and it also places it perfectly. So our netherrack numbers are racking up here. Cub's in the nether somewhere working on this as well. I have now done from that bit over there to there. This is the north direction, and from there to there. I started off with 9 stacks. And now we have 1 and a bit left. So it takes about 4 stacks to do each corner. And that was the last from our storage building. So I'm going to have to make up some more to do the other 2. And because I've made another 8 stacks for this build, I should also come in here and remember to do this. So that's 7. And then we will put 1 into this one. So the other 2 sides are now done. We can see a line off in the distance there, and that means we're all done with the whole thing. And now I can just focus on removing some more netherrack. I've worn out one pick, I want to wear out the other one and then repair them both back again. Both of my picks are absolutely knackered now, and we are up to almost 18,000 blocks, and I've been working over on this area here in front of my tunnel, clearing out tons and tons of netherrack. And during that time, I've only eaten 7 golden carrots. It probably would have been half a stack of cod in comparison. So I believe this episode is the first of our December episodes, which means I need to get a Christmas skin while we're working on our Christmas area. And later today, we are going to be having a meeting with all of the hermits, getting together and figuring out who's going to build what in this area. So when I next come back to this spot, should have a lot more to talk about, and we'll be able to start working on projects over here as well. What you will notice though, I believe Cubfan and Fools came over here and actually chopped down the last of the trees for the ones that were left, I guess, in this area. So the whole thing has been ready to cover up with snow now, but I have made a big error. I was so sure of this, but I was wrong. Snow does not block mobs from spawning. It doesn't actually have a hitbox. When you stand on it, you're actually level with a block like you would be when you're standing on a normal one. So over here it says 64, we walk over there, it still says 64. It's not until you put 2 snow layers down that it starts to stop mob spawning. Now we can try and keep it day all the time, and I think we'll have to do that, but I reckon what we should also do is probably set up a beacon and create some spawning rooms underground. That means mobs will be more likely to spawn down there, some dark rooms to take them away from the surface, but we're basically going to have to play together, play smart, and try and not let too many mobs spawn here. And I'm doing some more digging while I wait for the meeting. And I figured that we would pass 20k together. There we go, 20k, awesome. I've got me a lawnmower again, folks, because us hermits were hanging out in this area, figuring out all the projects that we have to do, and of course this hill over here was looking pretty grassy, so going to be throwing down these guys again. I think all of the previous ones died. It must have rained over here. And us hermits have divvied up some of the projects that we're going to be doing together in this area, but I'm not actually going to talk about that next. We're going to introduce something that we are doing for the month of December. And that is a minigame that is essentially a snowball fight. So for the month of December, the Hermits will be throwing snowballs at one another, trying to get points. If you successfully land a snowball on another Hermit, you will get yourself a point. But here is the catch. Only for the first time you land it on another Hermit. So if I were to hit full several times, I could only get 1 point for the first time that I hit her with the snowball, and that goes for each of the Hermits. So if I hit Impulse, I will then get a point, and Tango will get a point, but if I hit them again, then I won't get anything extra. And obviously the data pack isn't running on this world, I'm just sort of simulating what would happen. Now this is the same for all the Hermits. They all get 1 point for each Hermit that they can tag, but they can't tag them more than once with a snowball. And this doesn't include all accounts like EvilX or camera accounts, it's just for the main Hermits. Unfortunately, there is a big drawback with using this data pack. In order to detect who is throwing the snowball and who it lands on, some funky command block magic is required, and it means that we're not actually going to be able to see the snowball fly through the sky like this. Although it will actually be on the same trajectory and everything will work like normal when it comes to throwing snowballs, the visibility of them will be a little bit funky. So we've added something else as well. When you successfully land a shot, you are going to hear a ding sound. Now that is not only when you get a point for the first time, but every time you successfully land a shot on another Hermit, it will give you a ding, and that will make it a little bit easier hopefully for players to know that where they're aiming is actually where the snowball is landing. There are two more things to mention quickly. One is that this data pack is not available for downloaded. Unfortunately, it had to be hard-coded with the Hermits' names. That was the only way to make it work. So if you were to use the data pack, you would have to hard-code your own names in, and we're just not going to release it in that state. The other thing to mention is that the Hermits featured here are no coincidence. False and Cubfan are my teammates in the 3rd season of Hardcore Hermits, and we are going up against Impulse, Tango and Zedaf. The concept for this 3rd season is that every mob that lives in the Minecraft world has a point, and if you kill it, you will get that point for your team. So if you didn't happen to see it in your sub boxes for whatever reason, check the description box down below. If you're interested in the 3rd season of Hardcore Hermits, you will find a link to it down there. So the Snowball game is now up and running on the server, and you may notice my fist is a little bit different here. That's because I put on my Christmas skin for the holiday season. Look at me right here. I'm not sure what this is actually supposed to be. It's based off of an elf skin, but I modified it, put my own face on it, and the Santa hat as well. And I got candy cane arms and a candy cane wrapped around my belt. It's a funny old skin. Anyway, you might be wondering, why are we over here at the sheep farm? Well, I've got a clip to show you that'll explain everything. Hello, my good friend, Cub.
Hello, X. How's it going?
It's going great. Do you know why it's going great? Because you're spending all your diamonds over here.
That's very true. Yeah, there was a lot to make the logo, the Concord logo.
Whew. Goodness me.
Yeah.
I was raving about that Concord logo last episode. I didn't know you'd spent all your diamonds over here. Oh,
Yeah.
my friend. I have got something in return for you.
Oh,
That is for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I also wanted to say, you know, don't spend your diamonds just here. Make sure to buy some shares in my company, because soon I'm going to be providing perks, and one of those perks will be discounts over here. The wall will become cheaper for future projects, right?
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
That's good. And I'm invested in your company, so there's some good relations going on over here, right?
Definitely, definitely. I must say, I may have done a little bit of a pump and dump stock.
A pump
Stock
and
option.
dump? What is that?
Yeah, you buy the stock really, really low. Like I got in on your company in the ground floor and may have just sold it. So I might have to go and reinvest. You know. May have to come back.
You should have held on. You should have held on. I admit I did
Maybe.
the same thing with your company.
Oh man, I knew it.
I
I knew it.
originally brought about 30 stacks of shares and then sold them all. And now I've got
So
one left.
that's why the market crashed for Concord back then. Okay, I see. I see.
Yeah, I apologise. But hey, once you're a stockholder of mine, you're going to get some discounts. It's all going to be good. And yeah, I saw your video with TFC the other day. He was very kind and he decided to give you some green heads. And I'd
Oh
like to do
yeah.
the same thing.
Oh wow. Okay. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Yeah, we were also approached by Joe Hills, but mysteriously Joe's heads disappeared for unknown reasons.
Oh.
Potentially Tango might have had something to do with it, but
Oh, that sneaky
yeah.
Tango. He's getting all of the clues straight away, isn't he? Yeah, there's
Mm-hmm.
some fierce competition on the server, but hopefully I can help you out with it. Alright, man. Green heads for you. This is what I want to give you.
Ooh, nice,
Bam, one.
nice.
Not all that I've got, and you know how everyone's been
Okay.
showing off their vaults, building fancy ones. There's been some raiding going on. Uh,
Yep.
I couldn't be bothered. I just hid them underground in a mine shaft. So I literally just went down here because I knew there was a mine shaft, right? Wandered
Okay.
around here and just started slapping them down in this area.
Oh wow. Yeah. This is a good place
So
to hide them. You can get lost in here for sure. Oh, here they are. Oh wow.
this is a kind of creepy room.
It is a little bit. Yeah.
And I haven't
Definitely.
got a crazy amount. Let's
Man.
have a little count. So 9, 18, 27, 33, 35, 35 plus the one I gave you. So 36. I hope that
Nice.
helps
Okay.
make a difference, you know.
I think it does. I think it does. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Fantastic, man. I have to say, hermits are sort of like trying to collectively like gather around Concord to sort of pull the victory, pull
They
the
are at
victory
the
out.
moment,
So
aren't they? There's some teamwork going on here. I like it.
it is. It's good. It's good news. It's good news. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for the heads, man. I'll collect these up and store them with the Vex magic in a secure location.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, have fun mining them though. Those heads, they're a little bit slow to mine, aren't they?
Little bit. Little bit.
So now you know why we needed more wool. I tell you what, when 1.14 comes here, this thing is going to be automatic. Maybe I can find a way to make it even faster. Overnight, I got through a double chest of this, plus a hopper, plus 4 slots right there, because I filled it to the top before I went off. So that's really good. Let's turn this thing off so it stops clicking. And we should see a reasonable amount. Wow. Almost a full double chest. Yeah, this is a good amount of wool coming through for us to stock up. A little bit of a problem though, I didn't bring any shulker boxes with me, which was kind of a derp because we need to fill the shulker boxes up. And by the looks of it, we're going to need a heck of a lot of shulker boxes. I've just spent my time wrangling up all of the shulker boxes that I can find. We have all of the wool ones over here. And these are important to take with us because they actually give us a hint as to which colours we need to stock up the most. Now I calculated that we would need about 32 shulker boxes in total, and these are just the leftovers of what I got lying around. Right, just spent a little bit of time sorting them out, chucking away some items that I didn't need. So we won't take every single piece of wool back, but what we will do is use this as an example. So clearly we are out of black wool as I went over to the shop and restocked it. And in here you can see we don't need a crazy amount of yellow. So we won't be taking everything, but I will need to take all of these shulker boxes. And now they have all been filled to the brim. And I've also filled up these for the slots that are missing inside of our shop. So there are still quite a few slots that could be filled up over there. And I think what I'm going to do is actually just leave it at that for now. It takes such a long time to do this stuff. Maybe I should have made the shop out here and created flying instructions on how to get here in the shopping district. That would have made my life a lot easier. Well, it is all done and taken care of now. Our shop is stocked up. And I tell you what, that took me well over an hour to fly around and gather all the materials and put them into the chests. Oh, but I tell you what, it is totally worth it for these 123 diamonds that I have right here. And that brings our total for the season up to 1,046. That's right, we have passed the 1,000 diamond profit margin. That is a sweet mint. And as I say all of this, I can't help but notice it looks like I've got some bling blang on, you know, as Rendog would say. Got a goldy looking chain around my neck, a little bit of gold on the sides, golden armbands. I don't know if that's even a thing. So now I'm thinking we need a place nearby the rainbow to store all of the extra wool, so I don't have to take these massive trips around to stock up the wool shop. And we just happen to be building something that is right nearby. I think what we'll create is some sort of secret tunnel between the two so I can quickly get inside the shop and restock it. But that is what we're going to be working on next. We're going to be hopefully finishing up this shop this episode. And I call it a shop. It's, I don't know, a lounge? It's a place for our shareholders to go. I had to fly back to my base to get some supplies, and someone is online and AFK in this area. Would this be against the rules? Oh, I kind of wish the hermit that I found was actually, like, around. Maybe we... Ah, look, okay. So, yes, that worked. It detected that it got Grian, and it looked... Whoa, whoa! He's holding one as well? I thought he was holding a snowball. So watching it back, I could see it definitely was a snowball. I'm actually not surprised. Nothing gets past Grian. He's got his finger on the buzzer. He knows what's going down. The snowball game is on, and clearly he is prepared. And I do want to do some building, but False is streaming right now, so I can stream snipe her. Is that the right term, actually? I've got a feeling that might be the wrong term. Ha, there she is. This will be super duper easy. Let's just stroll in over here. And then head out of here. Just like that. Wait, did she throw one back? I think she slapped me. Quick, we've got to get out of here. Alright, so refresher, this building is to advertise perks for our shareholders. I think there were 3 perks that I thought of in total, and that works out pretty well. We'll have 1, 2, and 3, like a little display, and then maybe like a secret entrance that goes through here connecting to our wall shop, and I've temporarily stored these in here for now in this cave, so we'll have to give them a proper home. Ironically opposite from this shop, if you know what that's about, but anyway, it's time to build this thing upwards now that the lobby down here is in place. And I also wanted to say, liking this floor, this is high quality, and that is the kind of impression we want to give to our shareholders. Let's grab a rocket, let's take to the skies. There is not too much new to see here. In fact, I haven't even built up the bit around the back as high as what I had done before. Just ran out of materials, but wanted to show you how I've gone about doing this. So I've done this the sort of conservative way by keeping some of the resources. When we get over to this side here, I haven't built it up on the inside. In fact, we can even still see grass in there. So I'm skimping on resources, as you would do. Anyway, I got myself a whole bunch of sand and gravel and some dye, and we are going to make another 8 stacks of this concrete and see how high that can take us. And now I've got a little goldie man on me. Jeez, get wrecked, sucker. We are now up to however high this is, with some more to spare, and you can see we're starting to rival the height of docks over there. So what I have planned is a little bit of a breaker section, pretty much the same way Doc did it actually. Ours is going to be slightly larger overall. So let's jump down to here. What I'm going to do, as you'll see, is there is now 3 lime, where there is usually 1. So we are going to take this material that we also use down the bottom. You can see the ring down there. And we're going to add a ring like this going all the way around. And we won't create a square shape on the corner here. So we'll actually go in by 1 block. Yes, just like that. I know how this game works. You're always 1 block short. Let's jump down here, tap that button, and that looks really nice actually. I was a little bit worried because down here there is a bigger gap between the 2 floors than up above, but I think that works superbly, and I'm not actually sure what to do for the roof. I might just make it flat for now, and most likely I'm going to do like Doc has and build these little spires coming off the top, but we'll actually leave it at that for now. I can finish that up on a live stream. I'm getting pretty exhausted here. It's been a long day and I really want to get the bottom area of this done and get our perks in, so once I place that 1 block up the top, we'll be able to do that next. The ceiling in here is looking classy, and I messed around with trying to create some desks, some furniture, but I don't think we've really got the space for what I want to do with that, so I've gone with a pile of blocks over here. It should be pretty straightforward, right? This is like the drowned fellow over at the kelp shop. It even says assumes kelp shop, and then shareholder price 3 stacks for 1 diamond instead of 2 stacks for 1 diamond, and you can see the paper there is supposed to represent this shareholder. So we're going to do this for 2 other shops. The next one that I want to do is the wool farm, and so what would be the perfect mob head for that? It would indeed be a sheep's head, and I spoke to Scar and he said that I could have one of these, so very kind of him. I'm going to of course drop him off some diamonds in his ender chest. This is cute, I like this. We've got a little mini sheep standing up there holding onto the shares, and yeah, I actually put some of the wall blocks into the ground here. Kind of looked good, I liked it, and I tried that with the kelp and it did not have the same effect. And here is the price. So for 3 stacks it'll cost you just 2 diamonds. And I've popped back to my base to pick out some of the items that we got from raiding the end cities. I've picked out the most unlikely for me to use because we're going to put these on display for our final one, which will be the item repair shop. Okay, we are getting there. This is a classy little display showing off all the diamond wares And of course, Doc is the owner of the instant repair shop, but we'll be offering 8 tokens for a single diamond. And there is just one more thing for me to do. Well, actually, there's a few more things if we look at the entrance to this area, but we'll talk about that in a second. Well, I'm not going to sign this just yet. I'm a little bit worried about the wording. I put the new fancy tab between False's Shulker Shop and the Rainbow. It's accurate, but I think we need a better way of guiding players to where this is. So for now, we won't sign it, but if anyone comes here and reads it, then they know where to go. And if you have some ideas for better wording, then let me know with a comment down below. Also, I want to buy some more stock of my company before the price goes up any higher. So it's currently 16 diamonds a stack. Let's just see how many we can get here. So I was able to pull out 7 stacks before the price changed. So that's going to be 64 and 48 in total. Yes, let's go pay for those and put these up top. Okay, that was kind of funky. I just got trapped inside of the door. Oh. There is always more work to do than you would like in this game. I've been reminded that we need to sort out the entrance to this place as well. There was no path in front of it. And where are you going? You're not interested in me. We need to create a path leading up to this thing, that's for sure, and probably do some decorations around here as well. So we're not done quite yet, but if anyone does wander over here, the perks are in place. And this room is just feeling fancy and great. And I love our little custodians. Would that be the right word? I'm not sure. That's the word that popped into my head. And that's how my brain works, you know. Just gives me random words. Not quite sure if they're the right ones. Peeps, this is where we're going to wrap up today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, then leave a like as always. Thank you for your support, and I'll be seeing you soon with another one. So ciao for now. Bye-bye.